Welcome back. You're still watching Business Morning on Channels Television, and we're broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Our conversation on the program in the last couple of minutes has been on business development and spotting opportunities in a difficult environment. I've been having the conversation with two business development experts, and they're still here with me in the studio, Joel Osebor and Edward Esene. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sticking around. Now, before we went on that quick break to catch our breath, I talked about the fact that we'll come back and look at how SMEs, can look at the opportunities that they have and work with it, and not only do that, but also try to grow their customer base. So it's one thing, to have and recognize opportunities, but then it's another to be able to follow up. So how can SMEs, recognize the opportunities, follow up, make a success of it, and also grow their customer base?
I understand. All right. When you identify an opportunity, the next, like from where we started, you identify the market, you break them into segment. Then the next thing you need to look at, how can I reach out to these guys? But another good thing that you can really do is, in as much as you identify an opportunity and you can customize or design a product and service to fit that particular opportunity, because all the products and services we are seeing, they are actually ideas and opportunities that are provided that are solving problems for customers. Once you're able to do that, it's also very important that you do your market research. Because the truth is you've identified a problem, it can solve, it can meet some basic needs, but the people you are targeting, they have their perception, they have their own thoughts on how that particular product will meet their need.
So that means it now comes down to what kind of approach will you use?
Yeah, it depends on the resources you have available to yourself. You can do online survey, you can do one-on-one survey, you can do both primary or secondary research. If you have, we're basically talking about SMEs, but you can do one-on-one contact. You can meet people. There are individuals and organizations that you can assume have need for this product and services. It's nice for you to reach out to them and present this product and services to them that you want to offer. What is their take in it? What's their thought in it? How would they want it when this kind of product comes into the market? What will encourage them to buy? All of those questions, maybe not more than 5 or 7 questions. They will give you feedback, then you go back and look at that product and service you have done. You design it to meet those particular people, then you take it to the market. Then you start looking at how you're going to reach out to them, which medium will you use, which platform. As an SME, you may want to leave it on the simple technologies we have. You may want to use your direct approach. You may want to approach the customers directly. You may want to use SMS. You may want to use the Facebook. You want to use the Twitter, the LinkedIn, and so on. Because you have to look at how you reach these people. Because it's one thing for you to design, spot an opportunity, design the product or the service, and the other thing is how will it get to those people? Because once it gets to those people and they patronize you, you need to start increasing their numbers through word of mouth, through referrals. Your customer base start increasing, as long as that opportunity you spotted is truly meeting the needs of those people.
Let's look at one sector that we know that we have a growing base right now, telecoms.
All right.
Agriculture. Everybody's talking about agriculture, but nobody has actually used ICT, to try to design apps, products, services that would tickle farmers, want to possess, because that's one way of driving the market in terms of acquisition of mobile devices, phones, Android platforms, the rest of those kind of devices, and of course increase ICT penetration among people who ordinarily would not want to own devices such as that.
Before I trade to Ed, I'm laughing. You need to look at the industry you're talking about and the wave and the trends about the agri industry. Up till maybe about, say, 2 years or recently, the people really have doing agriculture in Nigeria, not all of, over 70% of them are not IT savvy, they are not IT friendly. Because we need to look at the dynamics of the industry. We have very few organizations or very few individuals that are in agri sector that actually use the mobile phone. So it's going to take a lot of sensitization, a lot of creation of awareness. I remember yesterday I was listening to the Minister of Agriculture talking about how we've used the phone in supply of fertilizers or those guys, yes, they can receive text message. But when it comes to using sophisticated apps in terms of driving their business and product, it's going to be very difficult.
So that's an opportunity waiting to happen.
Exactly.
So somebody should actually get up and think of the best way to simplify how you can use your phones or use the internet and connect to other farmers.
Exactly.
Very important.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you see, this Candy Crush game, lots of people play it.
Okay.
And the person who developed that app said he actually tried to develop the app in such a way that apart from his children being able to use it, his mother should be able to use it as well.
Yeah.
And she's probably within the demography of the age demography of between 50 and 70. And so why don't we have people looking at that kind of opportunity? Everybody just seems to, this one, everybody's working on this one, it's making so much money, and they're all going there, and leaving so many other opportunities hanging.
You see, you've answered it yourself earlier. The challenge is impatience. Most of these people that come up with a winning product haven't spotted an opportunity. They were patient enough to invest time, effort in R&D, research and development, designing, asking questions. If you get a product that has a market fit, you would sell. But if you jump out before time, you're going to be having issues, or you're just going to limit the market. So again, do we have all of the time and resources to invest in development, where we know that most entrepreneurs in Nigeria probably stumbled into entrepreneurship, and a lot of people are in survival mode. People are hungry. So we don't have all the time, we don't have all the patience to start developing, doing research, finding this, looking for that. You get to a product is at one particular level, you want to launch into the market.
I'll just to add to what Edward has said, it's in the era of being patient, it also needs us to engage the stakeholders. Like, you need to look at the sensitive nature of each sector, each industry, when you spot opportunities. Like, even some of us that are graduates, some are already in business, not every entrepreneur is savvy with technology.
Sure.
So it's a lot of mind work that the entrepreneur who is developing that kind of solution should engage in. You need to engage these guys, even if you're designing for your mother that's 50, if she does not have that push and sees the opportunity and advantage that solution will provide for her, she will go back to the old ways, because we like to do the same thing over and over again. Though we want different results, we don't get them because it's not easy for change to really take place. That's why entrepreneurs need to really involve in R&D and also engage the people, and as much as possible get them in. As much as they have the need, you try to create a need, and that's what we talk about sometimes, the blue ocean strategy. You need to be able to create a need to a point whereby your target market, they must have need for that particular product and service, the way you have designed it and the way you're trying to position it in the market.
Okay, so now we're on home stretch. Yeah. Spotting opportunities in a difficult environment, the way you've outlined it seems to be a walk in the park. But let's itemize it. Yeah. Let's give it a heading, and then let's itemize how an entrepreneur, you might have a passion for something and you see that there's a need to fill the gap in the market, and then you look at that opportunity and decide to go ahead and fill it. So what should be the outline? What should you be working with? Maybe not cut and dry, but you should have an idea of what it is that you want to be working with and then work with it. Okay. Edward, do you want to start then?
One, pay attention. Be sensitive, like Joe said, to your environment. Very, very important. We have a couple of things we've said. Look at the problems, look at what people complain about, look at what people spend their money on, pay attention to government policy, look at your partners, get a franchise. There are a lot of opportunities out there. Pay attention to our growing population. A lot of people are coming into this country. Why? The opportunity is that we have a robust population. Do you understand? So, again, now once you have that attention and you itemize this is a need and there's a gap, you document it down. Very, very important. Put that idea on paper, not just wishful thinking like they say. Put it on paper. Then once you put it on paper, make steps to contact the people that you think will need the product or services. Contact them, which is here is a research, but since you're a small business, it could be informal, it could be a mystery shopping, it could be in-personal one-on-one asking. Ask. Then immediately after that one, start looking for stakeholders. Look for somebody here and there that can help you, support you, give you support, and you're almost ready to go.
Joel?
Just to add to what Edward said, one, you look at how large is the opportunity. You need to look at the market. What's the market size? What's the revenue you can make from it? It's very important. You need to look at what is the investment. How much do I need to invest in this opportunity? That's very critical. You also need to look at what are the returns. What are the returns? How much am I going to make from this opportunity I've spotted? Then the last thing you may want to look at is what are the risks involved? Because you don't want to spot an opportunity and think, we always say that not all that glitters is gold. And it's really true when it comes to spotting an opportunity. You can't say I've identified a market, ladies in this part of market, they like this type of we've worn. I saw somebody putting it on. I'm going to buy a product and say, I'm going to buy the goods and sell to them. You'll be shocked when you get to that market. Nobody's ready, willing to buy. So you need to critically analyze, is it large? Do I have numbers? Because it's the numbers in the market that will give you the profit.
Cool.
What are the risks? All of those things. What are the investment? What are the returns? Once you can settle those things in your heart, and also you work with your sixth sense. Because there's timing about everything. Every opportunity has its timing, and that we need to know.
So every opportunity, be it in an easy or a difficult environment, is just waiting to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing your thoughts this morning with us on the program. Well, I've been speaking to two business development experts, Osebor and Edward Esene, and we've been looking at business development and spotting opportunities in a difficult environment. But that's the program for today. Thank you so much for being a part of it and for tuning in. Of course, we'll come back next week with a bigger and better package. I'm Harriet Agbenyi. Bye-bye.